After Nintendo released Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube in late 2001, an enormous community formed in the US dedicated to competitive play. Though it was intended to be a party game, Melee appeared in tournaments worldwide, with thousands of entrants. Fans found a collection of advanced techniques specific to Melee that turned it into an in-depth strategy game. The anticipated sequel, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, unfortunately did not live up to the expectations of Melee players. The game played more defensively, and was not as satisfying due to its lack of meaningful strategy. Fans took it upon themselves to mod the game to play like its predecessor. What started as some simple tweaking evolved into an entirely new game, with a fan base of players several times larger than Brawl's. This is the story of players in Michigan who have dedicated themselves to playing this game.
It's like making the layout really the hard part. If you have one already, then it's super easy.
It was called Project M.
I found PM first when it came out in 1.0, the very first version, and I was so pumped, and I showed all my friends. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I tried to get as many people as I could into it.
I posted something on Reddit asking if there's any Kazoo players that want to play Project M other than Melee, which I already had, known about the scene that played there. And a couple people replied back, one of which is Tanner, which you might hear from other people. He was the co-founder of Kazoo Smash.
Kiefer, I'd like to present to you the very first place of Kazoo Smash number 7, Mr. Kiefer.
Yeah! Where's Shoutouts link? CMUS, PM singles RR1.
Those tournaments back then, that was a really cool time. That was when PM was really in the spotlight. That's actually when I feel like Project M was probably the main Smash game, because it was like, it offered something unique and diverse. It brought the Melee players, because it had the speed and the feel of Melee, but it had the characters and all the weird niche things that Brawl players liked. But back then, events were like way more hype. I remember Big House 4. That was my first major. That tournament was huge.
The scene was kind of weird because 3.02 was so popular in terms of Melee players was still kind of brought in. It still had the Brawl community. It had its own PM community. So kind of everything was kind of fitting together.
When we first started, actually, it was pretty close to its peak. We went into this house tournament where everybody knew each other, had no idea who anybody was.
Looking back, all the people there are now the homies, but we didn't know anyone there, so it was just kind of awkward and weird.
Everybody was pretty cool and pretty open, but I mean, they were all super, super buddy with each other. So we felt super weird when we first got into it. But then as time went by, I mean, I consider some of those guys that were at that first tournament some of my really good friends now. And
if you asked me when I first started playing Project M, where I would see would I see myself right here, right now, I probably wouldn't see myself right here, right now. Project M, to me, means family. It's it's given me so many opportunities. I've grown so much as a person.
It really kind of grew all of us, and it made us better players. And we would drive all around East Michigan. We'd be going from Canton to Rochester, which is 30 minutes one way, and then you go an hour the next, and you just keep going around. And it just made us closer together, and I think that it's just meant the world to me, honestly.
PM, like I said, PM's brought me so many good memories and so many friendships that irreplaceable. and I'll be forever grateful to this game. It means the world to me. It really does. The community. It's not so much the game, but the community. The community makes the game.
This entire stock, he's not been able to do
Down
it.
tilt once.
Oh my
Missing
gosh,
his
he almost
inputs.
air dodged off of there.
He misses inputs. The trade.
Oh, he gets the up air! Dirt Boy takes
the up air
it!
for the kill.
Oh my gosh. The comeback that this
That's
man
called
just
clutch.
made.
I'd say right now it's basically my life. Last year, you know, I visited like well over a dozen states. You know, I went to Canada like twice. So PM is like not only like it's not just like a big part of my life. Like right now, it basically is my life. Like it supplies my income. Like it's my favorite hobby. It's like my only hobby.
So this game that I thought I would just take for fun, like, you know, when around the time I started like streaming, I learned that this game probably meant a whole lot more because, you know, I was meeting new people, I was making a lot more friends, complete other side of the state. So it's like I never would have known you if it weren't for Project M.
It's a mod of a game that stopped being played, but yeah, definitely held a few harsh feelings toward that, but oh well. What are you gonna do?
Basically, a lot of the Melee community like looks down upon Project M for sure. Even the ones that like play it, even the ones that like it, absolutely always look down upon it because it's not an official game.
So like the summer that me and Dirt Boy and Rex like started getting into it, like the scene was thriving, like PM was in a good place, like we were all looking forward to the updates, you know, balance changes. Before that happened, you know, Twitch announced like no more PM on Twitch if you want to get a subscriber badge, like all that stuff. Like Gimmer stopped streaming PM on VGBC. And then like the announcement of the disbandment of the PMDT kind of like, I feel like put the scene as a whole in Michigan at a rut.
I wish we could expand more. I wish we could stream on Twitch more efficiently. I wish we could get more cross-entry or be allowed on, you know, the big tournaments and stuff. But, like, that's just not, you know, gonna happen, so.
The Big House decided to replace Project M with Smash 4. That year for Big House 5, we ran a side event. What it means for it to be a side event is instead of playing in the official ballroom lobby at the hotel, you are playing in a hotel room, which has been offered by Smashers.
We have to rely on people eventually coming over to our game and feeling like there's more of a purpose to play it, which is sometimes hard when it's a game all about competing and competitiveness. And when there's probably not as much of a future in it. But we still play the game because we think it's more fun. We love it, you know. We have all of our friends here.
It's still great, like people still come out from out of state like Ohio and Canada and Illinois, and it's great seeing them. And it's just so hard to pull them out though. It's so hard to get new people or out of state players into your own state, and that's a big part is just the branch and the connections that you can get so that you can get more entrants. Michigan's mission, it's missing that draw, that pull. And someone needs to step up and figure what to do.
This is huge for the scene. We have people training so hard for this. We have people, it's really something to look forward to for the unranked players who who all try their hardest, and this is going to be really big. It's going to bring also more exposure from the other games. Like, we're going to get some of the people who used to play. We're going to get some of the Melee people, hopefully, will come out. We'll get some of the Smash 4 people. This is going to be one of the most exciting tournaments we've had.
So if this Arcadian's successful, it means we're still alive. You know, we're still kicking. We're still around. You know, so everyone who's ever called this game dead would be wrong, because you know what, we're still very much alive. We still have quite a big presence online, and we're still bringing in people, helping them feel welcome, and we're still meaning something to someone.
I have never seen like a crowd watching before. Like we've had a little bit, like GVGP like 10, but nothing like this. This is so cool. There's so many new people, so many people I haven't seen before, that like this feels like a whole new beginning.
Okay, that's right back here. Oh, yeah, all right. Last stock, game 5.
He just needs one knee.
Come on,
yeah,
he needs a
I think 2 encounters.
Yeah, congratulations to Toph taking first place here, and Michigan's first Arcadian. Great run. He's been fantastic.